All right, it's live.
Greetings, champion parents. Welcome back to Mommy Talk. As always, we are here to share information and resources to inspire positive parental engagement. Remember, everybody throw your hands up. Y'all ready? We are real, relatable, and right on time. Hey, come on, Jody. We're real.
I'm here.
Relatable and right on time. Hey, so we are your hosts. I'm back to Mommy Talk. We have Miss April. Hey. We have Miss Lisa. And we have our guest, Jody Chandler. Welcome. Come talk to us every Monday and on Thursdays, and look at our social media sites and communicate with us. Let us know how we're doing. Share your champion stories. So, champion parents, as we continue the conversations in the community today, we're going to talk about keeping our immune systems in order and building them up. Please chime in, ask a question, or make a comment. So, how you doing, Miss Jody Chandler?
Wonderful. I'm good.
Good. Well, we are glad to have you here. And we do want to apologize to our audience, our guests, our listeners, our champion parents out there. We had a technical difficulty, but, where there's a will, there's a way.
Amen.
All right.
Yeah. So, Miss Chandler, we're certainly glad to have you with us today, all the way from Columbus, Ohio. I don't care where we all are today, the conversations that are happening are very similar. So just wherever we are, we're still having similar conversations. So I would like to ask, before getting into our conversation, Miss Jody, what is a veganista?
Veganista, that means all things vegan. I don't put anything that has animal meat or dairy, anything, animal products in my hair, on my body, nor do I eat or wear anything that has to do with animals, dairy, meat, or any of those things.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so how long have you been a veganista?
I kind of lost track because I was a vegetarian for years before I converted to a full-blown vegan. Vegetarian for, over a decade. I lost track of the years, but I was probably about 85% of the way vegan as a vegetarian. The only thing that I did still eat was cheese. And then a few years ago, I converted all the way.
Awesome. I heard they had something called vegan cheese or something. Is there a vegan cheese or no?
Yes, I do eat vegan cheese. I also eat vegan cheese myself.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So there's different. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just asking that. So there's different types of vegan cheeses. I know I saw one at Whole Foods. I was going to get the vegan. I guess it was a vegan pizza, but that particular one I couldn't get. But I know I've seen some of your macaroni and cheese you shared not too long ago. That looks really good. It looks like real cheese.
Right. I can't do everybody's vegan cheese. There's two brands that I really like, Gaia and Follow Your Heart. Even those brands, if I'm making something like a cheesy dish like macaroni and cheese or my own pizza, I still also mix in my own vegan cheese that I make with all of that brand.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody and she's a vegan too, and she was saying she for the cheese, sometimes for a substitute, she grinds nuts.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what you do. So if I want to make my own vegan cheese, I also make my own vegan milk and stuff too. Nut milk, cashews or whatever. You can boil them and then strain them with cheesecloth and put it in a blender, blend it down, put some nutritional yeast in it and whatever seasonings you want and whatever you want it to taste like.
Cool.
What about for people who, if there is someone who has allergies to nuts, what would they do for a vegan cheese or vegan milk? What options would they try?
Nutritional yeast. Ackee. I've also used Ackee. Do you guys know what Ackee is? You've probably heard of Ackee and saltfish from the Jamaicans, a Jamaican dish.
Mm-hmm.
So Ackees are a fruit. So you can put them in a blender with some nutritional yeast, and you can put it in the blender, your spices, some type of thickening agent, and blend it up, and you can still have cheese.
Okay. Can I just I wanted to give a quick shout out for our champion parents. Thank you for tuning in. So we know that you can tell, our little setup. That's okay. We'll be back together next week. But we had to do what we had to do so that we can be here for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to you, Jody, and I hear that you are a veganist. How you say that word? Veganista?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the benefits of being a veganista?
Well, you'll hear a lot of vegans or a lot of people who want to convert to veganism say, I don't know where to start or I don't know how to cook. The first thing why I labeled myself as a veganista is because I can cook. I don't eat out a lot. Occasionally I do, but I've never liked eating outside. Even years ago, prior to being a vegan, I always preferred home cooked meals. So I usually, I can cook anything you cook with meat, I can make vegan. So people always ask me, what do you eat, Jody? What do you eat? I say, well, everything you eat minus the meat.
Okay.
So what made you adapt to a veganista lifestyle? Why the change?
So in my book, I talk about how with growing up, I was always grossed out by meat. Always, even as a little kid, I would be the last one still sitting at the table. I mean, I grew up in the projects back in Pennsylvania. So, you didn't really get a choice of what you was going to eat. You ate what was served. So my grandmother, she would always liver and onions and all that stuff. I couldn't eat it. So when I got older, I said, you know what? When I'm old enough to buy my own meat and I don't have to eat it, I won't. So eventually, the more I start reading and learning about it, the more and more I get grossed out by it. And so I was like, I just stopped cold turkey. I was like, I'm not eating that. And then eventually, I used to run marathons. Well, I still do. I got one coming up in August, but it's going to be virtual now. But I got injured a couple years ago, well, longer than a couple years ago, 2 years ago, had nerve damage in my feet while I was training for a race. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go full-blown vegan, cut out sugar, everything, and see if this helps, because I had been to numerous doctors. Nobody could fix me. And it was just painful. Gained a bunch of weight, gained almost 40 pounds. So that's when I converted that other 15% from a vegetarian to veganism. And it was like night and day. It just went away. I have no pain or anything.
Yeah, the lifestyle change is definitely essential to correct any issues. So, a lot of people are having different issues with their body and everything. And it's important that we know that, just change your diet or change your lifestyle. And it can be that healing path to help you, heal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Especially during this time, we're still fighting COVID-19. We're still looking for answers, and there is none right now, other than the possibilities of a vaccination that is in trial phases, that is going to eventually be available for someone, not me.
Well, I tell people all the time, you should always be eating things every single day to build your immune system up. You don't wait until you get sick. That means you should have been doing this all along, and it probably could have prevented you from getting sick. One of the things that I do every morning is cinnamon. A lot of people don't know this, but cinnamon is a huge immune booster. Mm-hmm. So every morning when I have my coffee, I sprinkle cinnamon in it every single morning. And I don't just do like the regular cinnamon, because it has an ingredient in it called coumarin, which is linked to liver damage and cancer. Oh, wow. So you make sure you want to buy the Ceylon cinnamon, which is an organic cinnamon, and it'll say it right on there, and it's spelled CEYLON. And it is a huge immune booster, even more than oranges. I know a lot of people talk about as soon as they get sick, they want to go get oranges and things. There's so many other things out there that have way more vitamin C and antioxidants in it than oranges. Mm-hmm. Strawberries is one. Strawberries has way more vitamin C than oranges. Broccoli is another one. There's so many different things out there that you can do every single day to keep your immune system built up so that you don't have to try to hurry up and get it built up once you start feeling ill.
Okay. And what's that ingredient again that's in you said the regular cinnamon that's not good for you?
It's called coumarin. It's COUMARIN. So, a few years ago, people were doing that stupid cinnamon challenge and all of that. That's what that's about. That's because of that ingredient in there. And where they were choking and stuff.
Okay.
It's not good for you.
Okay. So, and what does, and I'm sorry, I'm asking because normally I buy cinnamon powder, so by regular cinnamon, would that be like the sticks or where would you get regular cinnamon, from?
That's what I'm talking about, the powder.
Okay.
But when you get it, you'll see, and they'll have it there. You'll probably pay, $2 or $3 extra for it, but it's worth it because when you use cinnamon, it lasts for a long time. How much do you use? You only need a sprinkle.
Yeah.
But it'll say right on there, organic cinnamon, and then it'll say in small print, and depending on the brand, it might say it in large print. It'll say have the Ceylon on there. And again, it's spelled CEYLON.
Okay. So watch that cinnamon, people, because I know I use cinnamon on things. I was just telling Miss April a couple of weeks ago, I have a concoction that I make, and I chop up garlic, cinnamon, and honey, and I chop it up, and it sounds like kind of nasty, but it's actually pretty good. But I was trying to do different things to kind of build up my immune system. I'll try different things. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for that.
Yeah, I never heard of cinnamon being healthy. I know I do a garlic. I know I do garlic vitamin peel, or garlic peel rather. Yeah, but I never heard of cinnamon. I'm gonna have to add that because let me tell you, I take about 1,000 vitamins a day.
Well, please don't name them, Miss April.
I coffee every morning. Anything hot that I'm drinking, I always sprinkle the cinnamon in it for that reason.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, I drink tea every day, just about. So, okay, I'm gonna have to look out for that.
Yeah, I'm sure that all of our champion parents out there are loving all of the information that you're giving them to boost their immune system.
Yeah, because that's important right now. We all need to make sure that we're doing immune boosting activities and just boosting our immune system so we can fight off diseases such as the COVID-19. Yeah, so that's really important.
So one last question. I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead.
So even for kids, like my daughter, I'll make her pancakes and I'll sprinkle cinnamon and bananas on top. Cinnamon toast. Kids love it. And they'll eat it. So, and they don't know that you're boosting their immune system. But even things like that, it's, that's a quick fix.
Okay. So speaking of immune systems, I have recently, I'm so proud, have gotten into CMAS. So what's your thoughts or your experience with CMAS?
I take it every day. I cook with it. I tell people all the time, if you've ever been to one of my events at the festivals or pop-ups or anything, they're like, I never had CMAS gel. If you've eaten food from Joe Vegan, you've had CMAS gel.
Okay.
I put it in my soups. I put it in my stews. Sometimes if I make jams or jellies, I put it in there. If I'm making vegan baked goods, I put it in there. I know somebody's listening that I made some lemon poppy seed muffins for. And I know he doesn't like stuff in there that he doesn't know what it is, but it's in there. But you won't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not going to hurt you. But like I said, if you can put it in anything and everything. I do sometimes put it in my coffee. In the morning, I put it in my tea. Sometimes I make smoothies. Like I said, if I'm having soup or whatever, even spaghetti, I mix it in my spaghetti sauce. So it's in there. So every time I eat it, I'm taking it. Chili, whatever.
Okay.
Cool. What's the benefits of CMAS?
Well, there's 102 vitamins and minerals in your body. CMAS contains 92 of them. It's like a multivitamin times 10.
I like vitamins.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Miss Jody, do you own a restaurant? I hear you say you do like pop-up shops. Like, do you cook for people?
Yes, I do. So I do prior to the pandemic, I used to do pop-ups and I used to do all the little festivals and things like that. But, with the pandemic going on, all of that has, been pushed to the side. I'm scared. I know people are scared and there's not really much opportunity out there right now to do it. I do plan on picking it back up as things start to, get back to normal. I'm hoping to go back into it slowly, maybe 1 or 2 weekends out of the month. Catering, I do that as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay, at the end of the show, listeners, we definitely will have Miss Jody share her contact information.
Yeah. So, Miss Jody, what is a typical day like for you and your family?
Typical day. Now, since we're in a pandemic, it hasn't changed that much. I am in management in corporate America, so my regular 9 to 5 outside of my own private Joe Vegan business. Wake up in the morning, we do our thing, we do intermittent fasting. So in the morning, we do our little vitamins and my coffee with cinnamon. And then we usually break our fast. My 17-year-old daughter, when I say we usually break our intermittent fasting around 11 or 12 with a smoothie of some type with some CMAS gel in it and things. She's usually doing things on on a computer while I'm working. And I usually done about four or five. And then we usually go run about 5-6 miles. We get it in every day.
Wow.
Like I said, I like to run. I was training for a marathon towards the end of this month that was canceled. But that's normally what we do.
Oh, cool. Sound like a very active, very healthy lifestyle. I know I tried intermittent fasting and I was trying to play around with the times. I think I kind of lost it a little bit because now I wake up a little earlier than I was. But yeah, I tried to do from 11 to 6 or 11 to 7, then 12 to 8.
Okay.
Yeah, but now since I'm up at 7:30. It's like I have to have something to eat.
Right.
Yeah, early.
What's the benefits of fasting?
Well, I mean, when you think of the word breakfast, that's breaking your fast. That gives your body time your body does its heaviest cleansing in the wee hours in the morning prior to 10 o'clock. So after sleeping and laying all that time and you wake up in the morning, your body is detoxing. If you're feeding it, your body cannot detox properly. So you still have to allow your body time to detox. Now you can still drink coffee or tea. I don't do any sugar anyway, so my coffee is just cinnamon only and probably a little bit of almond or soy milk or something, but that's still under 20 calories. So whatever you are drinking hot in the morning, you want to make sure that you're still keeping it under 20 or 30 calories and no sugar or anything to give your body time to properly detox.
Wow.
So let's talk. I can just tell that you are just so knowledgeable. So let's talk about calories, because somebody like me, when I hear all these terms, why should I pay attention to the calories?
You shouldn't. Moderation, not deprivation.
Say that again. That sounds like, please say that again.
I say it all the time. Moderation, not deprivation. So, and here's the thing. Most people say, okay, well, how are you still? Because I'm not big, but I'm not small either. I'm a pretty thick girl. People are like, are you sure you're vegan? No, I'm positive. Calories are calories. Whether I get 10,000 calories from a steak or 10,000 calories from fruits and vegetables, 10,000, your body just recognizes 10,000 calories. So I don't really count calories. My thing is making sure that I'm putting things into my body that's good for me, that I'm eating to live, and I'm not killing myself.
Oh, I like that. Eating to live.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes, we have a few people who are saying, hey, Jody. We have Terza Thompson.
Hey, Terza. Hey, cousin.
Ian Frazier is also saying hi, Jody.
That's my auntie.
Yeah, then Marcellus Martin.
Yes, hey, Marcellus.
So everybody's going up our line saying, hey, Jody. Yeah, but I think it is important. I know like a lot of people are like, you know, we used to, not saying we used to, but it's more common for us to look for like, is it fat or what is it? We look for the ingredient. And
most people look for fat, sugar, and calories.
Right. Yeah.
Those things are important. But again, if you are not eating a lot of processed foods, it's not going to have those things in it anyway.
Mm-hmm. And when you say processed food, maybe like McDonald's?
No, anything processed that's not. There's a lot of vegans. There's a lot of heavy vegans because they're still eating processed foods. I'm talking about your processed vegan meats. You can gain weight off of those, and those are still not good for you because they're processed. So you'll see like people post processed the vegan chicken nuggets. They're frozen, they're processed, they're loaded in sodium and a bunch of other things. I make my own because I know what's in it, and if it's more than 4 and 5 ingredients, that's probably not for me.
So when you go to the store and you see like a pack of chicken that says no steroids, does that mean that the meat is not processed?
No. Anything that you buy in a pack, because of the FDA and their guidelines, there's going to be some type of process in it. It'll say organic, but it's still not full-blown organic. Even with fruits and vegetables, nothing is 100% organic. That's why I got my garden out there.
Nice. Nice. All healthy stuff. So we already talked about what you do for a living. Now you say you work for corporate America. So how does your children relate or they view or they fit in with what you do? How do you balance everything? Well, I know you got a grown teenager and an adult, but it's still kind of like a balance. So how do they balance into what your actual profession is?
She doesn't. My daughter, the 17-year-old, she loves eating vegan. She doesn't mind and of course when she's at her dad's house, she doesn't have a choice. So she eats a lot of meat when I won't say a lot, but she would prefer to be a vegan. When she's home, she's just like, okay, I want this and that. She came home yesterday and she's already told me what vegan meal she wants me to make. She wants her vegan jerk mushrooms, but most part she's vegan when she's here.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Jerk mushrooms.
Yeah.
If a parent is out there and they have children and they're thinking about changing their lifestyle to become a vegan, should they just, like you say, stop cold turkey feeding their children meat, or should they do it gradually?
I think they should do it gradually. Like for me, it was easy for me to do it cold turkey because I was grossed out by it. But most people, just like anything that you have an addiction to, and let's face it, if you eat meat, you have an addiction to it. It sounds crazy, but you do. But that's like any addiction. You have to slowly wean yourself off of it or you will fall back.
Using vegan and cold turkey in the same statement. That's so
I know, right?
Okay. Thank you.
So, was there a moment of revelation? I know we talk about you transforming to veganism. Was there like a wow moment? I know you said that with your injury that really helped you push that extra 15% to become 100% vegan. But even before then, before you decided to go to vegan, was there a wow moment or something, spiritual awakening that made you want to become a vegan?
Yes. When I first, like I said, years ago, when I first became a vegetarian, I started reading more about it. Not because, again, I just stopped because I was grossed out by meat. But I was like, you know what? Let me see if there's really any benefit to this. I know they say there's a lot of different reasons. And I ran into this lady that I used to work with, and she was like 400 pounds. And she was like, I'm a vegetarian, but she was eating. I was watching what she was eating. And I was like, man, I don't want to be that. I'm not fat shaming nobody, but I was like, I don't want to be that vegetarian because she was eating pizza and bread and she wouldn't eat. She was like, I don't like vegetables. I don't like fruit. I don't like this. And I was like, I can't be that one because I'm defeating the purpose of also trying to get healthy while I'm also cutting out meat. But I started reading more about it and, why people who are vegetarians don't, eat more vegetables and things to offset for nutrition. So the more I read, the more I became aware, and I was like, okay. But that was years ago. I still watch all the documentaries on Netflix, just because I don't know everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's stuff that I can always learn more about it.
Yeah, you're definitely very knowledgeable. And I'm sitting up here thinking, my diet isn't the best. I started exercising. I'm really regular exercising, but I just have to really focus on, I guess meal prep will be a thing for me. And also, just watching what I eat, because I've gotten better, but I still can get even better.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who transition to a vegan lifestyle, they meal prep. I don't meal prep at all. I'm not disciplined enough to do that. The only thing I do is I do juice and make my CMAS gel and my elderberry syrup and all of that at the beginning of the week. But that's about it. And I use the elderberry syrup too. That's another thing that I do.
Yeah, I've heard about elderberry. I heard it is very beneficial.
Mm-hmm. So I use elderberry and aronia berries. Everybody's talking about the elderberry, but I also do aronia berries, and I mix them together. So aronia berries has more antioxidants than elderberry, and has more benefits than the elderberry. So I usually do both.
Okay.
And how do you say it again? Aronia?
Yeah, it's spelled Aronia, and it's a bigger berry, and it has a fruitier taste. And sometimes I just eat them like that. I just put it in my mouth and eat it too. It's kind of tart and sour, but it's not unbearable. Or you can make a tea with it.
Okay.
I love my tea. I love tea.
So I have another question as well. So is a veganista lifestyle expensive? Because I'm sure as parents out there, who are on a budget. So if you can elaborate on that.
No, and you hear a lot of people say a vegan lifestyle is expensive. Again, if you're buying processed vegan foods, it absolutely is going to be expensive. There's several meals that I've posted, and occasionally I'll post the cost of the meal just to show people that you can do this for under $10 for 4 or 5 people. So I'll post like cornbread and different things like that I'll make, and black-eyed peas and different things, mushrooms. And what did I make the other day? A vegan sloppy joe, a big pot of it. And it cost me $6 to make that. But it's not expensive at all. But again, if you buy the processed foods, it's definitely going to be expensive. And not good for the body either.
I want some of them black-eyed peas. That sounds good.
Yo. And I want some of that mushrooms.
Listen, everything that I see that Jody posts, I swear everything looks so good. And I'm like, how somebody can just compliment you to death, and sometimes I hate, like, okay, dang, Lisa, calm down, but everything you post just looks so delicious. And I'm just sitting there like
thank you.
Yeah. So is there anything you're working on now, or anything that you'll be doing in the future that you would like to share with the champion parents?
I am. There is going to be another book. So the first book was basically just about my favorite vegan things. So Lisa, a lot of things that people liked and different meals that I posted that weren't in the first book. I am going to do a second book with your favorite things, so people can have the recipes for my most popular dishes.
Where can we find your book?
It's on Amazon, and it's also on the printing site, which is called Blurb, BLURB. And if you just type in my name, my whole profile will come up in the link. The ebook is also on Blurb, but it's not on Amazon. Okay. So it's $18.99 for the paperback on both sites. The ebook is $11.99 on Blurb, and you'll get that right away.
Yeah,
it's called Veganista.
Yeah, make sure you go and check out Miss Jodi Chandler's book at Amazon. So your cousin, Roz McCarver, said, "Hey, cousin."
Hey, cousin.
And then we got our champion.
That's my cousin. That's my cousin, Rosalind. Hey, boo.
I was going to say, I didn't know who that was. But
hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin. It's okay.
I'll claim her anyway. Hey, cousin.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, cousin.
That's right. We are family.
Yeah, we want to recognize our champion parent, mother, Dorothy Morton. She just announced herself. She's like, "Hi, ladies, I'm here."
Hi, Miss Dorothy. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just have to tell the viewers one more time, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please excuse the technical difficulties today. I had to readjust it, and put some things together. Where there's a will, there's a way. Won't we do it? Won't he do it? Amen. Black people.
He will. Yes.
Yes.
So would you like to share your following with us, with the champion viewers, Ms. Jody? They're like Instagram.
I'm on Instagram at Joe Veganista and also on Facebook, Joe Veganista.
Okay. Yeah.
And all my contact information is on both.
Okay. Great.
And I know some of our families are wondering out there too, the festivals. What state is that in?
Ohio.
Oh yeah, because you recently just did the Columbus Black Expo. Was it a Black Expo a couple of months ago?
Yes, that was actually supposed to be a real festival down on the Scioto River, but due to the pandemic, they just went virtual with it. So I did the Columbus Black Expo. Prior to that, it was at the Columbus Vegan Festival. And I don't know what's coming up with everything that's going on. So
anything will come up.
Right.
Public gatherings for a minute. Yeah.
Amen.
So any final thoughts and words of encouragement that you would like to leave?
Eat to live. Again, moderation, not deprivation.
Moderation, not deprivation.
And don't let somebody else's yum.
I like that. So one more time.
Moderation, not deprivation.
I said eat to live, moderation, not deprivation, and don't yuck someone else's yum.
All right.
Don't
yuck my yum.
You know what? And I like that. And I don't mean to. You know what? I like that. And let me say real quick. The other day I made some the carrot bacon. And so my brother-in-law, he's on my post and he's like, "Oh, just stop it. If you're gonna eat bacon, just eat bacon." And I'm like, well, this is what, basically this is what I want to do. I want to try new things. And if this is what, we all have our choices. You can eat what you like. I'm going to eat what I like. So yes, brother, if you're listening, don't yuck my yum.
Don't yuck my yum.
Don't yuck my yum.
I water that all the time. Just because people don't eat like we do, we don't yuck someone else's yum.
That's right.
You never know, like, I infamously be like, "Oh, what's that? What's that?"
Right.
Let me transition and look at me walking towards it. So yeah.
Yes. So champion viewers, champion parents, as always, thank you for supporting us. Please visit the website at www.mommietalk.com. Sorry, y'all, that's the cheerleader in me. So yes, please continue to visit the website. Please leave us some feedback. Let us know what you think, what's your thoughts, what's your questions. We are here to serve champion parents, information, resources, all of that, positive parental engagement. I would like to leave you with a thought. Be the giver of what you need. Sometimes we have to provide the things that we need, or we have to seek for ourselves in order to be satisfied and all that good stuff. So chef, author, Jody Chandler, Joe Veganista, from Columbus. Thank you so much. You have given us a lot of great information. I am convicted to, once I get up from here, to see what vegetables and fruits I can mess around with, so thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Cheerleader Carr, go ahead and bust the splits.
Here you go, split. Those are the only splits I'll be doing these days. Keep hope alive.